So a lot of times you guys have been through many interviews before. You get the standard questions. How is the tour going is typically the first one that you get asked. But I want to ask, how is the tour going as expected as you thought when you were doing this project?
It's actually gone better.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'd say like 3/4 of the shows have been sold out. Turnouts have been amazing. Fan reaction has been incredible. Yeah, it's exceeded what we thought would happen. So yeah.
Whose idea was it to really start this back up and do this 20th anniversary Wisconsin Death Trip tour?
Yeah, I guess you can blame me for all of this.
Blame or think, whichever one we want to do.
Yeah. I guess I had the initial concept of just doing a memorial show, and then like, oh, why just do one? You know, Wayne had fans everywhere,
right?
So let's take it everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
So that was basically the genesis of this.
Yeah. So was it really? Was it hard to get everything in motion when you guys started this off? Was there anything legal-wise that you had to go through to do this and make this happen?
Well, there are a lot of different hurdles.
Right.
Some legal, that I don't have time to get into.
Well, yeah. Do another interview with just that, I'm sure.
Yeah, but yeah, there was a lot of things to overcome, and a lot of lost things to be found, and
right.
So it took a while, but I think we've managed to pull it off.
I talked about you guys doing a lot of interviews. I'm sure you've been doing a lot of interviews this run and everything too. Has there been any kind of weird questions that's come up or whatever? Or let me ask you this. Is there any question off the table in interviews right now?
Well, generally, we're just keeping everything positive.
Right.
There was a lot. Unfortunately, the last 5 or so years of Wayne's life, he wasn't in a really good space. He was deep in the throes of drug addiction, and there was a lot of animosity going on. And I really don't want to focus on that stuff. That's not why we're doing this. We're here to remember Wayne for the guy he was, and remember all the good times we had with him back when we started doing this 20 years ago. Yeah.
So we're making it a positive thing, right?
And the only other thing that we haven't answered is, who's the guy behind the mask?
Well, right.
Yeah, so.
And I've seen. I wasn't even going to ask that or anything because I know you guys aren't going to. So here's the thing: are you ever going to say who it was? Because, I mean, is it something after the tour, or is it just? It'll always be just because it's a remembrance of Wayne.
For now, and Tony said this quite often, and it's really where the head and the heart of the band is this is about the 20th anniversary of Death Trip, and it's Wayne's memorial. Mm-hmm. So for that reason alone, we're just not even focused on the future. Right. We're just taking this. It's an old cliche, but taking it day by day, it's all you can do. And it's a lot of emotion for us, too. Yeah. So to focus on anything that could come in the future, we kind of can't do that.
Right. So here, that leads to a good point. We take to our social medias and ask people what questions they want to ask. Then we usually give them shout-outs and everything. Mm-hmm. You typically, you just really answered it, but in case there's anything you want to add to this, Josh Littell, come on through.
Sure thing.
Got a jacket here? No, we're good.
No.
You're fine.
They're in the middle of the
I like some of this stuff. This is
casual.
Yeah, exactly. There's an edit button.
It's not mine.
So, see, this is Backstage Entertainment. We show you backstage, and we're trying to figure out whose coat this is now. But anyway, we go back to our Facebook and everything, and so Josh Littell asked, what's next for Static X following the tour and the new album? Is it just one-time thing to honor Wayne, or do you guys plan on staying together? Which you pretty much answered, but is there anything to add to, because I saw, a Loudwire interview where I think, Tony, you just said you're not opposed to doing anything after, but there's nothing set in stone yet.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So really nothing to add. You answered it. We're good to go. Speaking of remembering Wayne, you know, when you got word of his passing, do you guys remember where you were and and all that sort of thing? And
Yeah, sure. I was home.
yeah, you remember getting that call and your emotions? I mean, what was it like?
Yeah, it wasn't fun, man.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was shocking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hear about bands that are band members and it's just a job. Were you guys really close as friends with Wayne?
Yeah. Well, and this, I mean, you know, I met Wayne in the fall of 1988. I was, you know, 22, 23 years old. He's a year older than me, and so it's, you know, this year's a little over 30 years of my life that,
Yeah.
you know, so yeah, it was 5 years before we met Tony. 5, almost 6 years. A little bit later that year, we met Koichi, you know. So, yeah, Wayne and I'd been through a lot of crap together, and that was the thing, is even, you know, you take the band aspect of it away, and we were really good friends. And
Yeah.
lived together for a while in Los Angeles, so for what happened to him was just so strange, you know,
Yeah.
because he really wasn't that guy when I met him, and for a majority of his life. So
Right.
yeah, it was tough to deal with.
I'm sure. So we had the honor in 2012 to interview Wayne and Tara on their bus when you guys were coming through Omaha, Nebraska. And since that interview has been posted, I mean, it's got something nearly 50,000 views on it. And you get certain comments and everything. I'd like you guys to clear the air on this. So some people, even recently, have been saying that Tara wasn't a great influence on him. But in the interview, it kind of seemed the opposite. Backstage and everything with him, do you guys feel like it was a good influence on him, or what do you think?
I was out of the band in 2003, so I can't tell.
And
you
even
that.
through friendships or anything, you don't know how that kind of was going.
And you know what? That just goes back to that thing about remembering all the bad times, and that's not why we're here, man.
Right.
We're not here to talk about that. We're not here to focus on the negative stuff. We're here to remember Wayne for the guy he was, and celebrate that.
And that's the message we want fans to know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a remembrance. So, yeah, it sucks out there. You get the negative comments and everything. Some of you guys probably deal with even today, but you just got to push through and do the positive, right? Hey, everyone. Thank you for watching our video. Subscribe to us on YouTube to see all of our interviews and backstage footage. Also find us on our other socials by searching at BSE Rocks or by clicking the links below in the video. By becoming a fan of Backstage Entertainment, you can enter in contests to win autographed prizes. From Backstage Entertainment, I'm Jeremy Lafrentz.